So Cactus Plant Flea Market is known for creating some pretty crazy stuff, including these joints right here. Shout out to my friend Jen still for lacing me up with that one because she actually hit on the raffle on those for me, which is nuts. And it came with this little guy as well. One of my favorite pairs of dunks like in my collection still. I absolutely love this one. My daughter calls it the Cinderella shoes. But anyway, now we have the Nike Cactus Plant Flea Market Swamp Sponge Dunks. And I got the first colorway here. I'll do a review of the next one when I get it as well. But the box is pretty special. You hear that? It's a lot of texture involved here, and it kind of looks like it's supposed to be in like a metallic box. Also, there's some like de-emboss sections for the box as well, which is pretty cool. And then also it does say Cactus Plant Flea Market right here on the lid. But I mean, just a really cool box. Anyway, so the wrapping paper in the inside is pretty crazy as well. But the sneakers themselves are probably the craziest thing that we've seen. So this is a pair that I got, the blue pair. I didn't look all the way through. Let's see. Yeah, cool. So it comes with a towel dust bag thing. I say towel because it feels like a towel material. Ask me about the sponge. I like that. That's awesome. So that's kind of cool that they actually came with its own little dust bag here. And ask me about the sponge. So these are them. It's wild. It is such a crazy concept with the sponge dunk. And they are super, super different. In hand, on feet, everything about these things are different. And that's kind of what Cactus Plant Flea Market has done. If you guys remember the Grinch shoes that they had a while ago, you remember they've had a couple of them. The Flea ones, those were wild as well. And then obviously these. But let's take a look at these. I haven't tried these on yet. I will have them on feet in the video, as you'll see. But I'm just looking them over because I haven't had a really solid look at them. First of all, you do see they have extra laces that these came with, and they all have different sort of vibes too. So the purple lace is actually kind of a fuzzy lace. That's interesting. The green lace that's on the shoe is not the same as the green lace that is wrapped around. They're actually two different types of green laces, which is wild. And then you have the extra blue lace as well, which has like a little bit of notches on it. It's almost like it's like serrated, I guess, if you will. But overall, like you look at it and you're like, holy crap, these are crazy. Now, my first image is, I mean, we saw this one and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like the color blocking's wild. But then you get the other shoe and there's always one of the shoes that has like a crazy furry toe box section. So this has a very, very furry toe box on this one. And you could see it's like just totally different. The materials from the other one. This is almost like it's shaved down on one and then really, really extra furry on the other one. And then you look at the toe box and you're like, whoa. All right, so you could see the lining around that has that spongy sort of raw edge that they have here, which is all over it, like obviously through the upper as well. But if you look at the toe box, you could see two different types of mesh. One very large gauge mesh over top that has a green underlay and kind of a black overlay. And then the other one that's kind of in an olive color. The olive color actually extends up to the tongue and is also on the tongue tag that does say Nike on it. And then the other one is a black, I believe it's black in color, that extends all the way up to the tongue that has the Nike tag on it as well. Now you get to the collar and you could see again that really, really crazy spongy raw edge. And that's almost for like every layer that you see of the shoe. All of the top part. However, the middle section here and then behind the swoosh and then also this panel doesn't have any sponge material out here, so it's more like primarily like outer facing. On the blue shoe, you actually get two different types of materials, one for the toe box and the lace section, and then you get a different textured material that is actually around for the wings, and even the material around for the Nike on the heel is a little bit different than the one on the toe box. I mean, the way that they made this is just crazy. Like if you look at the details, you're like, holy crap, they added so many just different details. So you look at the Nike swoosh on one side and you can see it's pink, it comes up and extends and goes underneath the Nike logo on the back, which is what we've kind of seen with most Nike dunks. However, on this one around the collar where the blue is here, there's a layer of material that is under here that is like ribbed, but it's different. It feels like coarser than the rest, and it's not the same as the material that you get underneath the Nike swoosh either. This is almost like a nylon jacket sort of material that has some lines through it as well. So lots and lots of different materials through different sections of the shoe, and they're completely different on both of the shoes. Now, I don't have the other colorway here yet to compare, and when I get them, I will do a comparison, kind of all of them next to each other, because I want to see if like one of them is very, very similar to the other one on the other pair, and then, you know, vice versa, because the materials, again, are just, just wild. Now, one thing that is somewhat similar on both of them is the midsole. There are just one solid color for the midsole and outsole. but one of them is black. And then now that I have these in hand, I can see that this is an olive colored midsole. It's actually not black. Finally, the insoles actually have that radiating pattern that we've seen on some of the other Cactus plants as well. And it's not the same exact pattern as on my other dunks. It is unique, but it is something that we've seen. Now for the orange pair, it's definitely a little bit different because you have orange and like a lot of olive tones, as I already mentioned, for the toe box, the tongue tag, the midsole is olive. And then the Nike Swoosh material on this one is done in red, and it is similar feeling to the pink one. And then you have the Nike on the heel tab as well that has the orange material, fairly similar to the blue. What is different though is the material on the heel section and then the wings that come up. That is done in a different material, and it feels very similar to the material on the toe box of the blue colorway. And then again, you have that sponge-like lining and stuff all over the place, up through the top of the tongue, through the laces, through the wings, and then around the toe box, as I already mentioned. Now you get to that crazy toe box, and that orange material is just ridiculously wild. I almost want to shave mine off just because it's so crazy furry, but honestly, it kind of looks like the remnants of like a Build-A-Bear or something like that. Like we have just a hodgepodge of a bunch of different Build-A-Bears that they threw into one shoe. Somebody said Grateful Dead, like rejects or something like that. I thought that was pretty funny. So again, some things are similar and some things are different between both of the shoes. One thing that is different on this one, again, underneath the red swoosh, you could see this is kind of like an olivey sort of, greenish material here, military green maybe. And that is done in that fuzzy material as well. Meanwhile, the other pair was done in that kind of ribbed nylon material. And then around the collar of that orange pair, you do have kind of like a dark green color that is almost consistent with the other materials that you have on here. And then the blue one that has just a completely different look and feel around that collar. So I like that they just really went wild with this one. Like they took like odds and ends and little bits of different materials and just kind of added it together to make a product. Like it's crazy to see them do something like that on a pair like this, but I thought it was pretty fitting considering it's Cactus Plant Flea Market. And the retail on these were $155 plus shipping. I think I paid like $180, no sales tax in Oregon. That's crazy though. The shipping was wild. That being said, these things are just crazy. Like they're definitely wild. They're definitely just insane. Is it something that you like or not? Is it something that's just too far out of your element? Is it something that you're like, okay, like I get it. It's just something just wild and crazy enough for me to actually want to rock them. Personally for me, like I'm just a big fan of sneakers. Like, so when it comes down to it, I like different. I like something that is nostalgic as well. I like something that is identifiable to myself and something in a moment of time through my life. Like, so there's pairs that I like that maybe you guys will hate. And there's other pairs that I really, really like that are like super hype beastie pairs. And so ultimately for the people that leave just negative comments, are like, oh, those are trash, it's terrible, blah, blah, blah. I totally get it. Like, it's not going to be for everybody. And I think that is the beauty of sneakers in general. Like what I like, you don't have to like. What somebody else likes, like, I might not like either. And the one commonality between the sneakers is usually the fixated resale price on the shoes. So if it doesn't have a high fixated resale price, there's people that are going to be like, no, those are trash. There's other people though that find the value in the fact that you can get a pair that is different and kind of fun and does have like a nice like collaboration like Cactus Plant Flea Market behind it. And now maybe the prices are going down a bit after the launch. So you can get a pair of them if that's something that you were interested in. So I don't know. I think that that's like the fun part of sneakers in general. This looks like a crazy, almost Simpsons-like, just wild looking crazy pair of sneakers. And I'm totally there for it. I think that there's such a crazy mix of colors in between all of these that it just makes it really, really fun. The one thing that I would add that I think would be like a smart move, because some people like mismatched sneakers, some people don't. But what if they actually had these mismatched pairs being created? And I've mentioned this in the past actually for other brands. But what if they created these sneakers that were mismatched and then you didn't know which ones you got in the box, but you could potentially get the actual full set of them. So I got, let's say the left one is orange and the right one is blue, but let's say you got a pair and the left one is blue and the right one is orange. And so once you actually identify it with the open market or whatever, you could actually buy another set of them from somebody and actually have both the left and the right in a full set. So I could have a full blue set or I can have a full orange set. I think that would be the coolest thing because the blue set would go crazy, I think. If you don't like that orange fuzzy look on this one, this shoe on both of them would be just crazy fire. Even though I really like mismatched sets, the idea that you can actually create a full set is something that would be really, really fun to be able to do. And like, honestly, it's like one of those things that as a sneaker person, it's just like a fun out of the kind of the box idea. I've never seen a brand do something like that, even though it's been something that I've been wanting. And for those Nike ID fans out there, you guys know what I'm talking about because you guys may remember back in the day creating 2 different Nike IDs, swapping one with your friend, and then actually having a mismatched set. Like this is kind of what I created. I actually created both of these ones. I had created an Optimus Prime version and then a Megatron version of a Nike Dunk. and then I wear them mismatched because I really like the look of them, and I like the the balance or whatever of the two shoes. So, but anyway, that's my overall thoughts. I really think that a brand should do that where they create a mismatch like that. But anyway, leave a comment in the comment section. What do you guys think about these crazy wild sneakers? I think it's rad. This is a set that I really think is fun and different. And even though the resale is not like $1,000 on them, I think that this is a fun one. And if you want to pay to play, you can always use the link in the description. It'll take you over to Kicks Crew. You can buy your own pair. If you guys use my code down there, it gives you guys $15 off of their website for your first time purchase over there. It's honestly worth doing if you guys are wanting to cut down on the shipping price. Overall, it's like a good deal in my opinion. But appreciate y'all for stopping in and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, please. I'm trying to hit 1 million subscribers before I hit 75 years old. But anyway, have a good one. Hopefully we'll see you guys back on the channel for some more content. All right, peace, guys.